Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to the video. I hope everybody's day is going great. Yesterday was a fantastic day in the Overwatch League. It's finally back. Stage 3 started off with a bang. The Shanghai Dragons, Dallas Fuel, we finally got the answer. Who is the better team? The second set, Los Angeles Valiant, they came out firing. They surprised us all with a 4-0 victory over Seoul Dynasty. Then in the last matchup, we had the LA Gladiators going up against San Francisco Shock. A very exciting match. These were honestly all really amazing games, but unfortunately, I will not be recapping them in this video. Unfortunately, the past few days I have run into some IRL issues. Because of this, I haven't been able to do double uploads, and I have fallen behind on a lot of things that we need to talk about. So today I'm going to mainly focus on the Los Angeles Valiant, all the trades they've made, who have they released, who have they signed, who is going where, and what is their roster looking like now. Some fines and suspensions have been handed out. We'll be talking about EQO specifically. Overall, it's going to be a great video, guys. If you're new around here, go to the link down below. Gleam.io, we're giving away 10 Overwatch League jerseys. It's super easy to enter. All you have to do is click the link, subscribe, and then you'll have a chance at winning any Overwatch League jersey of your choice. So let's begin this video talking about the EQO drama, his suspension, the fine, everything that happened. I wanted to wait a little bit before covering it on my channel, just so we get the entire story, including the fine, the punishment, all of that. So let's begin with this tweet from somebody on Twitter who called out Philadelphia Fusion, Overwatch League, and EQO. There were multiple tweets and they said this: Philadelphia Fusion, Overwatch League, someone want to explain why EQO was doing the classic pulling your eyes slanted to look Asian thing here. The clip was deleted, but this person actually took a screenshot of it and said this: looks like EQO deleted the VOD, but this screenshot still exists of him jokingly saying that he's Korean and then pulling his eyes slanted. The next day, EQO responded to these exact tweets saying this: at the time, I wasn't aware that this might offend anyone. If you watch my stream, you will probably know that I love Koreans, and all I do is compliment them all the time. This gesture was never with the intention to mock someone. Obviously, I apologize to anyone that got offended. This clip is out of context a bit, since I was complimenting Koreans before the clip and after the clip, and did the gesture more in a form of wanting to express myself, being like them since I admire them, not making fun. In response, the person who posted the original tweet said this: even if your intentions weren't to be cruel, East Asians have long been made into caricatures for our eyes. Even if the Koreans in your life aren't hurt by what you did, you are a public figure and have fans who will be hurt. It's never okay to pull your eyes slanted to be Asian. So it seems like after EQO did this on stream, he realized it was probably inappropriate, not a smart thing to do, and is racially insensitive. Therefore, he deleted the clip, but fortunately somebody was able to still call him out on it. After both of these tweets, the president of gaming at Philadelphia Fusion, Tucker, responded saying this: I'm really sorry for the way EQO behaved. We are working on a punishment now. Now, many of you guys might not know this, but Tucker has actually been an advocate for harsher punishments on players. He made a tweet long March 10th about Taimo using anti-gay slurs on his stream. He said this: disappointed to see the league give such a light punishment for using a slur on stream, especially since the fine will be replaced with some donations in a matter of hours. The Fusion stand up for all types of people and will always fight on their behalf. We believe in a world where all gamers can come together no matter who they are or how they identify. That's why we call ourselves the Fusion. So after seeing Tucker's response to the situation, I knew there was going to be a pretty harsh punishment from EQO coming out of the Philadelphia Fusion. And to really put this in perspective for you guys for how Asians might look at this, here is a tweet from Asher, a professional player who competes on the LA Gladiators. He said, WTF EQO. Now, a few days later, the punishments have been released. And 13 hours ago, the first one came from the Overwatch League. They said this: on Sunday, April 1st, Philadelphia Fusion player EQO made a racially insensitive gesture on his stream, violating the Overwatch League's code of conduct. As such, he was being fined $1,000 by the league office. So this is the same punishment that Taimo received for his anti-gay slur, right? So it seems like the Overwatch League is trying to stay consistent and be fair with their punishments. But remember, Philadelphia Fusion and Tucker have a strong stance on those light punishments, and they feel they should be more harsh. And this is what Philadelphia Fusion came out and tweeted: the Philadelphia Fusion have suspended EQO for 3 games, issued a $2,000 fine, and revoked his streaming privileges until June 17th. We sincerely apologize to our fans. the Overwatch community, and anyone who was offended by Josh's recent actions. Josh has donated an additional $3,000 to the Anti-Defamation League's No Place for Hate campaign. The Fusion will donate the fine and match the total from Josh, making it a $10,000 donation. The severity of this incident is not taken lightly, and neither is our commitment to standing as strong role models. So there it is. EQO is being fined a total of $3,000, $1,000 from the league, $2,000 from Philly, but then he has also donated an extra $3,000 to the No Place for Hate campaign. This puts the total at $6,000, which is pretty heavy in my opinion, especially considering his salary is probably around $50,000 to $70,000. Along with that, he has been suspended for 3 games, and this really shows how serious the Philadelphia Fusion are about this. They know that probably playing EQO is the smartest thing that will help them get the win. I respect that they believe in discipline and want to stand up for everybody in this world. So I would say yes, maybe it is a little bit of an extreme punishment, but they are setting an example, and I understand and respect that. What's unfortunate is that his streaming privileges were revoked until June 17th, which is about 2.5 months from now, and it's definitely unfortunate because it does cut another net of revenue for EQO, making the financial part of this punishment even more severe. So overall, it does seem like Tucker and Philadelphia Fusion were not playing around, and they're showing really good discipline. Now moving on, lastly, what came out from EQO's Twitter after the punishment and fines were all announced, he said this: "Dear Overwatch community, I would like to take this time to apologize for my recent misconduct. There is no excuse or explanation for my behavior on my stream late Saturday night. I am extremely disappointed in myself. I deeply regret making a mistake that hurt so many people. The amount of support I have received from the fans in the past few months has meant the world to me, and I will work hard to earn back the trust and support from the fans who have understandably lost faith in me. My mistake on Saturday night is not indicative of who I am as a person, but it does remind me that I need to be more thoughtful in my words and actions. I would like to publicly apologize to my teammates, coaches, management, and most importantly, the Fusion family that has supported me ever since I joined the team. I'd like to channel my disappointment and energy to become a better teammate and have a positive impact on my organization and the Overwatch community. Lastly, I know I can't change what has already happened, but I take my actions very seriously. In addition to punishments received from the league and my organization, I'm making a personal donation of $3,000 to the Anti-Defamation League's No Place for Hate campaign. I know that a donation will never undo the hurt that I have caused, but it is the first step in making amends for what I have done. Sincerely, Josh EQO Corona." So a very good apology here. It does seem like he did have a PR guy write this for him. Nonetheless, I do believe that he is sincere in this, and he regrets what he did, not because of the fine, but because he understands that it was racially insensitive. And that's all the information for the EQO punishment, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think about everything. Was this a fair punishment? Did Philadelphia Fusion take it a bit too far? Again, I believe it was somewhat fair. Maybe a couple of changes here and there, but it's good that Philadelphia Fusion has taken it so seriously. Alright, let's go ahead and move on now and talk about some of the news that has come out from the teams in the Overwatch League. Now that the trade window is over in the Overwatch League, every team is locked in. Let's start off with the Los Angeles Valiant and look at all of the changes they've made. And let me tell you guys, this is pretty crazy. The last we talked on this channel about the Los Angeles Valiant was how they traded Unco for Custa. That was just the start though. There was many more changes that came after. We'll start off with this. The Los Angeles Valiant roster transactions, April 2nd, 2018. Today, the Los Angeles Valiant announced 2 roster transactions. Kang Jae, Envy Lee, and the Los Angeles Valiant have mutually agreed to a release from his contract with the organization. This was incredibly shocking to me because Envy, in my opinion, has been a top 5, top 3 off-tank throughout Stage 1 and Stage 2, even despite the lack of performance from the Los Angeles Valiant in certain matches. He always seemed to be there performing and holding his own. Envy took to Twitter after this announcement and he said this: "Hi. I know a lot of fans are curious and have questions about the sudden release, so I'd like to kind of sort out things here a bit. There's an actual rumor about me punching the coaches' faces and blah blah. This isn't real." What? Was there actually a rumor about this? I never seen this anywhere. Must have been like a Korean one. Okay, anyways. I was not aware of the cultural differences between NA and Korea. I was really aggressive for winning, and this kind of falsely led to somewhere I did not intend to. Also, I was stressed out throughout Stage 1 to 2, and miscommunication caused by the language barrier obviously took a part of it. In my opinion, I tried my best, but did not work out the way I expected it to be. So the team and I decided either trade or release me, but the day we made the decision was too close to the trade window, so I was not able to find my new home. The team and I both had a long talk and came across together with this decision. It was hard for me, but also for the team as well. Once again, I really appreciate your supports and love. We'll try my best to get back into Season 2 in Korea. So that's what Envy had to say about the whole situation. Really unfortunate that it didn't work out, and this decision came at such a bad time where he only had one day to find a home in the Overwatch League. And guys, now that the trade deadline is over, this means Envy will not be competing in the Overwatch League for the rest of Season 1. Super unfortunate for such a talented player. There are a lot of teams in the league right now that could have used his talents, and now we're just going to have to watch him probably in Korean contenders. So that was the first announcement for that transaction. The second one from LA Valiant that day was Christopher Grim Reality Schaefer decided to transition from an active player to a coaching role within the LA Valiant. Schaefer will be assuming the role of an assistant coach, working directly with Stoop to scout up-and-coming talent, assist his colleagues with strategic review, and liaise player issues with management. So this is pretty interesting. Grim Reality is now moving off of a player role into a coaching role. I can't say that I didn't see it coming. Ever since Contender Season 1, it seemed like his skills were kind of falling off. Fortunately for him though, just because he's not a player anymore doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Being a coach for a team in the Overwatch League is obviously a very coveted position, and from what we've heard people say about Grim Reality, he seems like he'll do a great job in the role, so I'm happy for him. Alright guys, that wasn't just it from the LA Valiant. The next day, this happened. Silk Thread was traded over to the Los Angeles Gladiators. Silk Thread said this on Twitter about the trade. Extremely honored and eager to be able to show my potential as a player with the LA Gladiators. Been waiting a while for this. See you all soon. To LA Valiant, a genuine thank you for the amazing opportunities, life experiences, and memories that you guys have given me to keep for the rest of my life. Good luck in Stage 3 of the Overwatch League. Personally, I'm happy for Silk Thread. Similar to Grim Reality, it's about time something like this happened. They were really being held back on that sister team. And even Silk Thread said it himself in his tweet. He had been waiting for this for a while. So we're going to be able to see him compete with the LA Gladiators, which is very interesting because he kind of does cover a variety of roles. He seems like a mixture of Surefour and Hydration. He can play that hit scan tracer role, but then he can also play that projectile role. Now overall, what does this mean for him and the rest of the roster? Not too sure. Personally, I don't think he's a better projectile player than Hydration. And then when it comes to hit scan, I don't think he's better than Surefour at that either. He could just be a backup for in-house scrims. I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to see what the LA Gladiators decide to do with him. And this still isn't it, guys. The Los Angeles Valiant made even more changes to their team. They really do take the cake for the most changes over this offseason. Today they announced that the Los Angeles Valiant would be acquiring free agents KSF and Finzi. KSF is 18 and he joins the LA Valiant from Simplicity of the Overwatch Contenders League after a stint with you guys get paid. The flex DPS player calls Washington State home. Very interesting description there coming from the Los Angeles Valiant. Moving on, Finzi is the first player in the Overwatch League from Iceland. The 19-year-old flex tank comes to the Los Angeles Valiant from Orglis in Hungary in Overwatch Contenders Europe. His prior teams include 123 and Movistar Riders. Alright, so starting off with KSF, I do have personal experiences with him. I competed against him a lot when he was back on You Guys Get Paid, as well as when he played with Rise Nation in a lot of scrims. And I always did feel like he was the star player on his teams. He always held it down when he was either on the Soldier or on the Genji. To be fair though, I would compare him very similar to the Silk Thread. I don't know if he's as good as Silk Thread, but he plays a lot of the same heroes, and I'd say they're near the same level. So congrats to him. We'll definitely have to see what he can do in the league. And let's move on now to Finzi, who I have some experiences with, not too much. I played some scrims against his team when he was on Movistar Riders in 123. Of course, it wasn't a lot of scrims because North American and EU teams didn't play that much, only when they really needed to. He has been around the scene for a very long time. I even remember the days when he was on Melty eSports, way back at the beginning of Overwatch. So he's been training for this moment for a while, and I'm also excited to see what he can do in the league. And finally, that is the end of all the Los Angeles Valiant news that came out, guys. Like I said, they are the clear winner. They take home the cake for the most changes during the trade window, and I'm very intrigued to see how they'll do from here on out. And that is it for this video, guys. There's just so much to cover lately. I'm trying to keep up. I have run into some real life issues, but that's not going to stop me from grinding and getting these videos up every single day. Thank you for all of the support, guys. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. enter the giveaway. You can win an Overwatch League jersey. As well as that, you can just get your daily dose of Overwatch League content. You'll never miss out. If you guys are wondering where my recaps are for the games yesterday, I will do my best to get those up tonight. Like I said, I've run into a lot of issues. I've fallen behind on all this content I need to cover, and I'm doing my best to stay up to date, and I will get it out eventually. Thank you once again for watching. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.